Hello and welcome to my channel, Making Crafts. Today I'm going to show you how I've been coloring in my images. Last week I used the stamp set from Not Too Shabby, and this is the stamp and die set of the month for the month of January. And so I had a lot of questions on how I colored my images in. So I thought today I would just do a quick little video of how I did it. So first off, I stamped all of my images with Memento Tuxedo Black, and this is a new one, so there's a little glare on it, but my other one is very old, and so I recently ordered a new one. I hadn't took the plastic off yet. I also used these, they're called stumps, I think is the correct term, and then here's the sharpener it comes with. It's just like a little sandpaper that you sharpen these with. And then I used Chameleon color tones, and this is just Chameleon color pencils, and I absolutely love these color pencils. Now I'm going to warn you, I am very new to this, so I decided around a couple of months ago, November, at the end of November, beginning of December, that I really wanted to learn how to color in my stamps better. And so I went searching for ideas, and I did see a video on this, and I'm going to search and see if I can find it because I cannot remember who it was. It was late one night, and I was just researching ways I could color my stamps. And so I do have some alcohol markers that I'm trying to learn how to shade and color with. But I found that using these colored pencils, along with Gamsol, makes it so easy to color in your stamps. And when you get done, it doesn't look like you've used colored pencils. It blends more, and I think it looks more like ink, or my husband thinks it looks like it's actually been printed. But I'm absolutely thrilled with it, and it was instant. The first time I sat down to color with the pencils and use the Gamsol, the first image came out gorgeous. So I was thrilled with this process, and so it's very easy. So I know if I can do it, you can do it, because I am not a colorist. I'm totally new to this, so I hope you'll give it a try. So now I'm going to show you how I did it. So for this demonstration, I'm going to be using the Macaron Pets from Not Too Shabby Shop. I'm going to use it again to show you how I colored those in, and I also have a video coming up tomorrow where I make another project with it, so I thought I would just use those so you can see. And I'm going to use one of the images from this coloring session in tomorrow's project, so I thought that way you can see how I colored it in. So I'm just starting out, and these Chameleon colored pencils are awesome. You've got a color on each end, so if you use the darker color on one end and then the lighter color on the other, you've got your shading figured out without having to decide which pencils to use together. And so it makes it where you don't even have to think about it. It is so simple. So for this little bunny rabbit, I am using one of the grays, and I'm just coloring in with the darker, and I'm just highlighting the edges with the darker pencil, and then I'm just going to go back in and just lightly color with the lighter gray. So there really is no precision with this. I just lightly colored in. Now you could add in a third color and just bring out one of the lighter gray pencils, but for these today I'm only using two colors to do my coloring. And if you notice, I do leave a little white because when you use the Gamsol, you can easily blend it, and it will blend it in, and you'll have a lighter gray where the white is. So now I am just going to use one of the blues, and I'm not really sure that these have colored names or numbers on them. They actually do. So I am using the darker blue, which is the midnight blue, and then the cobalt blue is the lighter color. So I'm taking the midnight blue and I'm just highlighting the edges of the filling of the cookie, or the little macaron. Maybe they're macarons and not cookies. And so then I just take the light color, and you can see I'm just lightly coloring in, and I'm leaving some white space because that way when you blend with your Gamsol and you have white space, it really helps to highlight and have the different color variations. And then I'm taking the Wedgwood blue, and I am lightly coloring around the edges of the cream filling. And then once I blend that, the whole cream filling will be colored in, but you'll have a light and dark. And then I color in the bunny's ears, and you'll see I leave some white space on that. And here's the bottle of Gamsol again. And for mine, I put it in these refillable bottles, and I bought a whole pack from Amazon of these bottles, and it's just got that little felt at the top there, and that's the best way to use it so that you don't spill it on your station or in your craft area. This is an odorless mineral spirits, and so I don't know what it would do to the wood top of my counter or to my mat. So I like using the bottle with the foam top so that there's no spill. And so then I'm just taking the stump and I added just a little bit of Gamsol to it, and then I'll start blending. And I like to blend in a circular motion. I think that it helps to blend everything in. And as you can see, it all is just blending in so nicely. And then once I get through blending, I'll come back where the white is and just lightly blend a little bit more in. And you can see it just adds a variation in the coloring. And like I said, this is so simple. Hopefully you'll give it a try, and it did not cost that much to get started. These Chameleon color pencils, when I ordered them, I was a little nervous because they were so inexpensive that I thought there's no way this could work, but it really does. And then I did go with the 16-ounce bottle of Gamsol. You can buy a smaller bottle of it, and it already comes in a bottle with the felt top, but I decided just to go with the larger bottle and then buy the refillable bottles, and so I can have plenty, because I don't know that I'll use that much because you use a very little bit each time, but I'm enjoying it so much I'm glad that I did that, so I'll have plenty to color with. And the little stumps come in different sizes, so you're going to want to choose different sizes depending on the size of the area that you're coloring in. So for example, the little cheeks here, I just use a very small pencil to color that in. And then for the smaller areas, you can see I'm just using the smaller pencils, and larger areas you can use well, I call it a pencil. It's not a pencil, sorry. I'm using the larger and smaller stumps. And so what they are is it feels like just rolled up paper is what the stumps are, and it just helps with the blending. And so you can see here where I didn't color all the cream filling in and I used the blending, it slowly blends the color lighter in the white spaces, and I think it looks really good. And I know I have a lot more to learn with coloring because, like I said, I've only been doing this for about a month now, month and a half, using these color pencils, but I'm enjoying it so much. I've had so much fun just coloring in and seeing what all I could do with them. And hopefully I'll get better over time. So now I'm coloring in the little catacorn. I'm using the hot pink as well as the fluorescent pink. And so once again, I go around the edges with the dark hot pink, and then I color in the center with the fluorescent pink. So here again on the catacorn, I am just blending out the pink, and you can see that once again I've left white space, and I'll just go in and slowly blend it all in, and that just kind of highlights the center of its little face. So here you can see I'm blending in the catacorn, and it's all pink, and I feel like that's way too much the same color pink. So now, even though I've already used the Gamsol and I've already done the blending, I'm coming back with a darker purple, which is the heather, and I'm just going to highlight the edges of the macaron cream filling, and I'm just going to do that. And so I can still, even though I've used the Gamsol and I've blended out my color pencils, I can come back with another color and blend it in. And so once again, I'm just highlighting the outer edges, and then I'll take my stump and I will add a little Gamsol to it, and then I'm just going to blend a little bit more. And I think that makes it look better. I think that with these, I really like for myself to have a little color variation. I don't want the whole thing to be the exact same color. So I think that this added to the little catacorn. And I think all of these images are absolutely adorable, and they're so much fun to color in. And you can use any colors on them. You can use the colors that the animal would be, but at the same time you can make them so cute just using different colors like a macaron color would be. And so here you can see I'm going back, and I colored in the ears, and then I colored in the little horn on his little head. And those little spots are so small that I left a lot of white space, and that's how I did my blending. I didn't add two colors to it, but you could if you wanted to take the time and just really do the minute work. And then for the flowers, I just made them match the little cream filling, and so they're the purple again. And I am using the little bitty stump to blend those out. And so now you can see I'm using the Sandpaper Sharpener, And what you do is you just, to clean off the tips, you can't, if you use the tip again in a color that it doesn't match, it's going to put that color there. So if I had colored that with purple and then I go to color the green leaves, you're going to have purple in the leaves. So you use the sandpaper sharpener to just clean off the tip, and you do sharpen the tip back down to a point. So you just rub it across it, and remember to keep turning it so that you get all the color off, but also that you sharpen the tip of it. And so now I'm just doing the little bear, and for this one I'm doing the browns and the, oh, it's more of a gray. It was the, let me see the color here. It was the smoke gray and the slate, and that has, it's more of a warm gray. It has more browns in it. And then I've just come back, and I do not remember what color I used for the cream filling. It's one of the red and pink colors that's together. I believe it was the strawberry, and I don't know how to say the other one. It's Lychee. So, but if you get these color pencils, you'll see that I keep them in the tray just like they came, so that the colors kind of stay together, that blend together. And I really love how that they do have the two different colors on one pencil, so it's easy to blend. So now I'm just coming back with my stump, and I'm going to blend the grays together for the little bear. And I know that this is rather long showing you how I colored each one, but I just thought that it may help you to see just different colors and different images how to do it. But it's all basically the same, and like I said several times in this video, it is super easy. And so if you want to give coloring in stamps a try and you want to do it inexpensively, a good way to get started is with the colored pencils in the Gamsol. And just be careful with the Gamsol. I do keep it up high away from my small pets, and I don't have any small children anymore, but if I did, I would definitely keep it out of their reach because it could be poisonous. I have no idea. So all of my children are old enough now that none of them are going to get into it and get hurt. And so then my small pets, I do keep it up so that they can't get into it. And the lid on it, I think it's more like a safety cap like you would have on medication. So it can't easily be screwed off, but I still put things like that out of the reach of small children and small pets just in case. And I think if you go online and you look it up, you can see, you know, the warning labels for it just in case you do have a lot of small children in your home. So I don't believe it would be for children to use, but I think it's great for adults to color in. And this is so relaxing to do. I've always liked to color, but now that I'm using the Gamsol, I just feel like my images look so much better with this, and they look like they've been inked in. And so I am going to try alcohol inks, and I have been playing around with those, but this is so much easier than those for me. So I'm so glad that I gave this a try. And I am going to try to find the video that I found that video in the middle of the night one night when I couldn't sleep, and so I have totally forgot who it is, but I'm going to see if I can find it. And if I do find it, I will put it in the description below. Well, I hope that you've enjoyed this video on how I color in my stamped images, and I hope that you'll give it a try. It was super simple, and it's a lot of fun. It's a very relaxing thing to do. It's fun to stamp your images all at once and then sit down and just color for a little while and try out the different color variations that you can do. And I think really your shading, you learn more shading the more you color, and I feel like mine will get better over time. Like I said, I've only been doing this about a month and a half, but I've really enjoyed it. Well, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget, check out tomorrow's video where I use the little catacorn to make a gift set. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.